And we are live. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Patriots Nation out there. What's up? What's going on, guys? I see you, Dragons Butterfly, in here. First one. What's up, JD? How you doing, brother? Welcome to episode 2
Real,
of Brady Watch.
real good. Excited about what's going to happen here. Exactly. This is seems to be getting more intense by the day.
It seems, and you know what? I'm not like, you know, moving down, moving it up to like DEFCON one.
Yeah,
I haven't got to that point
not
yet
quite.
where we're in like full panic mode. But I
We're
will
halfway
say
there.
that I will say this: the more time that goes by, the worse it looks. Like the closer, like, are you really as the organization? Are you really as an organization? Like, are you going to let it come down to the wire? Are you going to wait till he? Are you going to wait till he starts getting offers? Because there's teams out there. Me and you both know this. There are teams out there that can pay him a lot more than the Patriots can. A
They only
lot
got
more.
about a week left. They got about a
That's
week
what
left
I'm saying.
before it's
And
over.
they don't have a lot of time left. So what we're going to do today, guys, is we're basically just going to pick up where we left off. And the last time was we went over a couple of teams that were in the running, and that was the Raiders, the Chargers, and the Titans. And we're going to jump right into some rumors. And apparently we have two new teams in the mix that are being talked about now, and we'll go over those as well. JD, is that the first link that we're gonna pull up?
Yes, I will. I'll pull up that one, and then yes, we have a few interesting links after that. But yes, the according to this, I will pull that up right now. Actually, I think
What's
I have the
up,
wrong
Pat
one up.
1984, Dwayne Boatwright, Goose 76. What's up, guys?
What's good? Here it is.
What's up, Bosco? How you doing? All right, JD, you got it ready?
Yes, sir.
What's up, Coach? He says
So
there's only one team Brady's going to. Hashtag tighten up. We were just talking
so
about that off stream, Coach. All right, JD, you ready? Let's pull this up and we'll see where we are at.
sure, this is a little bit of an
Now,
old one, uh,
now,
but
for those of you who don't know,
oh, that's
that's correct what you read on the screen. It says that there were there's two new
the Rams
mystery
are in play.
quote unquote mystery teams that are in play. One of them was kind of revealed today as the LA Rams. And
Here it is.
so JD, what do you what are your thoughts on that, my dude? If you want to you got it? You want to pull it back? Want me to pull it
The
back up?
Rams, I think, would be interesting. No, I grabbed the wrong one again. But the Rams would be very interesting because I think they have a ready-made team for him. But the reason why I don't like it exactly is because you have a young coach willing to prove himself, a young quarterback who still probably has room to grow. So that's why I'm not into it. But I wanted to hear your thoughts. So how would you feel if your quarterback of 20 years ended up on the Rams, the team that he beat a while ago?
Well,
While I
I
pull this
mean, I don't see him. I don't know. Like, the Rams, to me, that's more of like a more pipe dream, I think, than anything.
yeah,
Because they've invested so much in Jared Goff already. You know,
yes,
they've tried
time.
to they've tried to put a solid D around him. They've tried to give him receivers. They put a pretty good offensive line in front of him. They've just invested a lot in him. What's up, Salsa? They've invested a lot in him. So would you really be willing to like just yank? Would you really be willing to just give up on that investment and plug and play? I mean, Brady. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't make sense. I don't think they would, as an organization. I don't think they would do that.
Also, you got a guy like Sean McVay who wants to do things his way. He's like going to be younger than Brady. It just doesn't really make sense. But one that does make sense, and one that we were talking about before the show that we should probably like move into, because seeing like hearsay about the Rams right now. But one that you were definitely
Yep.
talking about was the Niners, bro. And I'm going to pull that one up for you right here about John
All right.
Lynch. So talk about John
Yep.
Lynch and how he tried to trade for Tom Brady while pursuing Jimmy
So
Garoppolo.
so this is interesting, guys. This came out a couple of days ago, probably about, I want to say it came out maybe 3 days ago, that a conversation between John Lynch and Bill Belichick had gone down a couple of years ago when they were getting, when they were getting close to that trading deadline, that they actually got rid of Garoppolo. But according to reports and rumors, Lynch didn't want Garoppolo. He asked for Brady.
Yeah, that's like a twist. So if you think about it, like now, the fact that Garoppolo went to the Super Bowl, yeah, he didn't win, but like that's a crazy twist, because what if Brady was in that Super Bowl? He had just beat the Chiefs the year before. I'm just saying, it's a crazy twist. There you go, Pat.
So here's how that
I'll pull that down.
that here's how that conversation went down according to reports. It basically said Lynch had contacted Bill Belichick, right?
Yeah,
Lynch had contacted Bill Belichick for asking for a trade. And Belichick laughed at him. He said, would you consider trading Tom Brady? And he laughed at him. That was before the trading deadline at the, in the off season, that year's previous off, the year's previous off season. And Belichick scoffed at him and laughed at him, laughed it off and hung up the phone. Well, fast forward to the trading deadline, Belichick basically says, I'll give you, Jimmy, Brady, you still can't have Brady, but I will give you
yeah.
Jimmy on the cheap, so I'll give you
And
Jimmy
that's
on
like
the cheap.
mind blowing,
So,
considering the fact that
they
Belichick was
traded
ready
Garoppolo.
to.
They traded Jimmy for, how the trade went down. They traded Garoppolo for peanuts on the dollar. They basically a second rounder, they got barely anything back for him. Jimmy went to the Niners, and now that according to reports, the Niners and the Patriots are once again talking to one another. And this could be according to this is all hearsay, guys, but this is me in my tinfoil hat connecting the dots. You know
Is
what
this
I
something
mean?
you want to see happen? Would you like to see Brady on another team, like as a
Well,
fan?
no, this is, like I said, this is just me and my tinfoil hat conspiracy theory connecting the dots. So
Right.
now that they're talking again, this could be the proverbial, I gave you Jimmy, I got your team to the Super Bowl. This is me cashing in, and I owe you. I want
Are
my
you saying
quarterback. I want my quarterback back, and I'll give you Brady.
that would be, dude? That is some tinfoil hat. But honestly, I bet deep down Belichick is thinking to himself like, "Bro, I really wish I had Jimmy G
Belichick
last year.
tried
Like
to
he
trade
misses
Brady and
Jimmy
Gronk.
so bad."
Belichick tried to trade. You know this. Belichick tried to trade Brady and Gronk years ago. 3 years ago, he tried to do it, and
He
and
did.
Kraft wouldn't let him.
That's why Gronk. I mean, that's honestly why Gronk didn't really like being Belichick. And I feel like he was just like, screw it, I'm not going to sign with another team though. So that's why he retired. But it is interesting that he would try to trade somebody who's a franchise cornerstone rather. It's interesting.
So Bosco says Niner gang would take Brady.
Niner gang. Oh, we're gonna get into that. I actually have something for that. So let's switch to Niner gang since you brought it up,
But
bro.
think about that though.
Niner
It's
gang.
so think about this too. The Niners would make perfect sense
Oh, we
for
got that.
Tom, right?
I mean, yeah, to win one right now.
We'll go over the connections right now, JD, right? One, childhood. It was his childhood team that he rooted for growing up, right?
That's one.
Two, the team is ready-made for him. The
Ready-made.
offensive, right? Ready-made.
Ready-made.
Mini Gronk at tight end. Two interchangeable running backs that are both very good. An offensive line that's decent. Not I would, if I had to give him a grade, I would go B plus. But he can work with that, right?
Oh, dude, he's worked with so much less.
And three really good receivers.
Very solid, young, agile receivers. And to add on to your running game point really quick, Kyle Shanahan has the most advanced, and these guys have already adopted it, these rookies, the most advanced and best schemes, running schemes, blocking schemes in the NFL. His dad did the same thing when he with John Elway. They won Super Bowls with those running schemes under Terrell Davis and stuff. So this is like a family thing, and it's rumored that Kyle Shanahan is like the new age his father, Mike Shanahan. He's the next.
And then on top of that, what's a quarterback's best friend in the NFL?
Running. I mean, you need like to run, and they can run all anywhere.
What else? Good defense.
Check down. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. Especially good defense. And they're only going to get better.
When your team has a good defense, it keeps you know what I mean?
Nick Bosa, it's only in his first year he gets the Super Bowl. He's the best player on the defense in the Super Bowl. It's crazy. Or one of the best players.
I said, this is just me with the tinfoil hat theory, but
it's not crazy.
Belichick, if I could almost guarantee how those conversations have gone. You want Brady? I want my quarterback back.
And also to set the stage a little bit more is Belichick already did want to move on from Garoppolo. One of the reasons why he left probably is because he didn't want to give up Brady right now when he was still in his prime, and because Robert Kraft couldn't
get rid of him because he was still playing at an MVP level. So he got rid of Jimmy instead.
Yeah. And Robert Kraft was like, no, he's playing an MVP level. He just won the MVP. You can't get rid of him. Like,
yeah. So Kraft stepped in and undercut him because he wanted to get rid of Gronk and Brady years ago. Well, this is Belichick coming back to, I'm telling you, this is I could almost guarantee how these
it would be the craziest trade
between him and Lynch have gone. This is him coming back and saying, I did you a solid. Now I want my quarterback back.
There would be documentaries made about this trade if it happened. There would be documentaries made about this trade. I'm just saying, like, if he got if he got a 2-year contract and went to the Niners, it would be like one of the craziest trades that's ever taken place. Considering the fact that it's like he switched. Jimmy G went to the Niners, and then he brought him to the Super Bowl. Then he went back to the Patriots. And then if they met in the Super Bowl, oh my! Could you imagine that? The Patriots versus the Niners, Brady versus Jimmy G. Oh my God, that would be crazy. But yeah, a lot of these people are saying, "Well, we will gladly take TB12." So you guys, okay, Niners fans, I want to ask you in the chat, Niners fans, you would really take? How many of you would take TB12 over Jimmy G for next season? Realistically,
Me.
You would if you were a Niners fan.
If I was a Niners,
I don't know if I would.
It's plug and play. Brady in that offense wins a Super Bowl. Brady in that offense wins a Super Bowl.
I bet if you're Brady, you definitely want this to happen. Like if this is a leaked, like because some of these things, obviously these media reports, a lot of them are like Belichick tells someone to say something, and same with Brady. Brady tells someone to tell.
Yeah. It's this is all a game. The two of them are playing a big game of chicken. It's because you know what it is. Belichick thinks Brady doesn't have the balls to leave.
You really?
And I personally don't think. And I personally don't think he does either.
You really think that? Wow.
The only way. Listen, the only way he leaves is if it's a team. If it's a team he wants to go to, and they're giving him enough money.
I mean, they're gonna give him money. Like, there's no question about that. Vegas fixed this. Tom is gonna stay.
I'm talking all this right, and as tipped as the scale is, with all the evidence saying he's leaving, he's still staying. The Patriots are going to come in, and you know what they're going to do, JD?
I would.
You know what they're going to do, right? they're going to go 2 years at 50 with it fully guaranteed.
So let me ask you. So we reported last time because they reported other people, and by they I mean like Bleacher Report and people like that. They reported
Yep.
that the Patriots offered him a 2-year, $60 million extension in August, and now here I'll pull that article actually up really fast. Yeah, I got it right here. So
You got it?
I'm gonna pull that one up. Yeah, it is or actually I don't have it.
But see,
Here,
they
right here.
so
There
what
it
they
is.
listen, what they did was right. That article. You want me to pull it up? You got it?
Yeah,
All
I had
right.
to make sure it's
So
not. There we go. Yeah.
all right. So what they what they probably offered him, right, was 2 years at 60, right? With
Yes.
with 2
My
years
bad.
at 60, right? But only
Yeah.
like 20 of it guaranteed, or like 15 of it guaranteed. They probably
Oh,
'cause
okay.
you know what I'm saying? They probably lowballed because the guaranteed money is all that really, like
That matters the most. Yeah.
that's the money that
That's
matters
the ego
the
money.
most. That's the money you get right then and there for putting your name on the dotted line. So they probably lowballed him on that guaranteed money. Now Tom's probably going to go back to the organization and tell them, you know, I'll take 2 at 50, but guess what? It's going to be
40 mil
fully
or
you know what I
fully
mean?
guaranteed.
I will take 50 million fully guaranteed.
That actually would probably be better for their salary cap
It
in all
would. It
reality,
would
because
be
then
much
if you
better.
wanted to extend people, you have more bonus
And it
money.
would allow them, yeah, exactly. It would allow them to extend the people that they have and possibly go out and get, maybe one other person, another talent.
Yeah, like an AJ Green probably coming off an injury for like a second round pick and maybe a fourth or something like that. Like they could afford that contract signing it forward. I wish there wasn't so many ads on this. I might just, but you get the picture. I'm going to stop playing this because it's annoying. But you get the picture, guys. So they've already formulated a contract, and I'm going to segue to this. I'm going to pull this up. Julian Edelman was at the game with the
That-
Syracuse
Is this the
basketball
sports
game.
game, right? Yeah, this was when they were at the game together, right?
Yeah, exactly. And Pat McAfee, if you don't know who that is, he's a pretty funny YouTuber. He used to be a punter in the NFL. He increased the audio so that people could hear it. So shout out to Pat McAfee show for this. He said, what did Tom Brady actually say? This is what he said.
He said he said he said something like he's got it to the coach to one of the other teams. That's what it was. It wasn't directed at anything toward, like, it was people were speculating on what was being
What
said,
he
and
actually said, yeah.
Brady was directing it towards the coach of the other team.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I was actually confused about that. I'm glad you brought that up. So to dispel that,
So it wasn't
how did you
directed
dispel
towards
it?
anything, you know what I mean?
I found that interesting though. I was like, wow, they're just talking about this openly. But yeah, it's clearly out of context.
Well, and Mike and Vrabel and Brady FaceTime, like, it's just that was a jab at Belichick, because he's like, look, man, I'm calling I'm talking to the coach I'm FaceTiming with the coach of the Titans. What are you gonna do about it? That's what
That
that was.
too.
That was a middle finger to Belichick from Brady.
Yes, the Titans. That was that tampering. Do you consider that tampering? A lot of
They
people were
weren't
talking about that.
talking. They weren't talking business. It was just a phone. But I'm telling you, that was a middle finger to. It's like,
It
because
was.
that was a middle finger to Belichick. It was like, you want to leak. You want to, like, you want to leak stuff about how our conversation. Like, you want to leak
Yeah,
stuff.
didn't go well.
He's like, I can play that game too.
Why
Uh,
would Belichick leak that? Why do you think Belichick would leak? I'm curious. Why do you think Belichick would
leverage,
leak
dude.
that
Leverage.
conversation? Leverage?
It's
Okay.
leverage, and it's I'm gonna
More
cover.
disrespectful.
It's leverage, and it's I'm gonna cover my own ass just in case he does leave, because the Patriots right now are trying their stance on this is we offer this is why they're putting all this information out there, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to they're putting all this info out to basically show it. They're trying to show the fans that they did everything that they possibly could to keep him if he leaves, you know?
Yeah. They
That,
want
that
they want to
that's
be
what that
they're creating like a faction.
is.
Like, oh, he's the
Because
player, we're the team.
when have the Pats ever done this? When have they ever mentioned, specific contract negotiation numbers? Never. Never.
Never.
You never hear that from the Pats unless they're trying to unless they have their own agenda and their own plans. That's the only reason why they would
Very
release that
public.
kind of information.
Yeah, this is like a more public one. This is a very, very public. Like, there's
Negotiation.
rumors everywhere.
It's because both sides wants because they're trying to put the fan base on either one of their sides.
Yeah, they're creating a faction. Like, oh, if you're a real Pats fan, then you'll support this side.
If Brady does sign somewhere else, Patriot Nation will lose their mind.
So, do you think that they actually? Yeah, I agree with you. They would lose their freaking mind. I think that at least half of them would side with Brady, if not more than half.
Dude, if put it this way, I'm a Brady fan. If Brady goes somewhere else, I'll wish him well, and I would like to see him succeed. But like, I can't root for the team I can't root for the team he's on, but I'll root for him as a player because I'm a fan.
This Farrier,
Christian Fourier.
Fourier said that the Patriots. I'm not going to pull it up because there's too many stupid ads. But they said they weren't close to signing him, and that he is pretty much done 100%. And if those rumors that Belichick said that everything or that the conversations didn't go well are true, then man, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for the Pats Nations. But I do have I wanted to compare. We were talking about this earlier. I wanted to compare the Madden stats. So this is according to Madden. The Madden stats player rankings between the Patriots, because we both agree that the best place for Brady to go, besides the Niners probably, would be the Titans. The Niners is like a tinfoil hat, but it would potentially be the best place for him to win a Super Bowl right now. But here's this. I don't know if you have it pulled up. Here, I'll actually. Oh, there it is. It's ready. But these ratings. Yeah, these ratings like
pull it up.
Yeah, for the New England Patriots and this is for the Patriots and
yep. So this is the Patriots player ratings, right?
Yes, this is the Patriots player ratings. So
okay,
and we'll switch to
offense.
Yeah, switch to offense. Yeah, I thought I had a filter for. What's this? Darn it! Too many links. I already do have one with the filter open. Yes, basically fascinating is what our point is, and I have all the offensive players pulled up for the Patriots and the Titans right now on StreamYard for there we go. Yes, so you can see the Titans have a more well-rounded offensive team overall. The Patriots have a few players. I guess their offensive line might be arguably better. But if you look at the wide receivers, A.J. Brown, 80, Corey Davis, 79, Humphreys, 78.
The only edge the Patriots have is the line, and it's not by much.
It's not by much, and it's just there doesn't seem to be any over-the-top receivers or any tight ends for the Patriots. Like you see the Titans have a bunch of different tight ends. They have like 4 or 5. And the Patriots have just Benjamin Watson. So that's
we went over. Remember we went over this. Remember the tight end statistics for the Patriots we went over last stream.
Yeah. Yeah, you were bringing up how
30
horribly they used them.
So for those of you who don't know in the chat, the Patriots tight ends, I believe they had three that started for them. In between the three, 36 catches, 3 touchdowns for the entire year.
It's crazy. It's
That's
if you you take out Gronk and you got nothing. Honestly,
Their tight end production was terrible this year. Terrible. But if I mean, just look at it, guys. Look at the tight ends, the fullbacks, the look at the skilled position players. So the halfback, fullback, tight end, and receivers. They're not even. It's they far exceed. It's
there's a lot more B+ players on offense and skill positions for the Titans, and they have. And the good thing about the Titans is they may not be like you saw how well they ran in the playoffs. It doesn't matter what you do during the regular season, all those stats. If you can run like that in the playoffs, I mean, especially with Tom Brady, you could definitely win a Super Bowl.
so hold up,
Around
JD.
Derrick Henry and stuff. Yeah, what's up?
So hold on, man. What do you think about that?
Do you think Brady will go to the Colts? I don't have anything pulled up for it, but you know what I will do is I'll pull up the Colts roster for you. So let's pull up the Colts roster. We'll play with this a little bit.
So
turn off the Titans.
So the Colts did start off in the mix in the very beginning of this. They were in it. They were in the mix. They were one of the reported teams to be in the mix. But as of late, Tasman, they have kind of fallen out. They've kind of fallen out. I haven't heard too much on the Indianapolis Colts front as of maybe the last 3 weeks.
They're top
But
heavy.
when this first did start, when like the Brady quote unquote Brady watch did start, when they started reporting that he was gonna, that Kraft was gonna let him test free agency, the Colts were in this for probably a week, and then they kind of have fallen off.
The Colts definitely have a better offensive line.
Maybe the Colts just haven't maybe they weren't able to find the space, the money to sign him.
Right.
I don't know what.
I was going to say they already signed Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, so they have Brissett there.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot, but they'd probably be maxing out their quarterback budget pretty hard if they signed Brady too. Like that, they probably wouldn't be able to get anything.
So Karam, Brady won't be like I said earlier in the stream, JD, right? Like I said earlier in the stream, as stacked as the deck is and as much evidence, and as time goes on, it doesn't, it might not look really, really good for the Patriots' chances. He's still going to stay. That's until I read the news and it's confirmed and Brady is giving a press conference in another uniform, I'm not going to believe it. He's still staying.
I do believe that the Titans, because of the Vrabel thing and because of just they're well-rounded and how successful they just were, I do believe those more than the other rumors. I don't believe the Raiders rumors. I don't believe the Bears rumors, even though I want to.
It's 3 teams. It's 3 teams. To really, if you want to get really like split hairs and get really technical, it's the Titans and the Pats. Do the Titans want to pony up and take do they want to roll the dice, at the table and take Brady for 2 years and see if they can, run see if they can go on one more run and get that ring. Because let's say they sign him for 2 years and they might not do it the first year, but let's say the last year of Brady's contract, he gets them a ring. I think Titans fans would take that. I think they would take that.
To answer Christopher's question in the chat, I think like we both do, we both think this. I think the Titans, I believe, have the highest chance of landing Brady. And here's the thing.
it's
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
it's I mean, if the San Fran rumors are true, which we'll see how much heat that gather, we'll see how much momentum that gathers, over the next week or so. We'll see how much momentum that gathers because then it's going to be then you realistically have to look at San Fran, Tennessee, and the Patriots. That those are the three you realistically have to say um would be in the running because they're set up to win right now. That like you plug Brady in either one of those teams and you win right now.
It'd be like a
And not
Manning
only that,
Bronco
Brady,
situation.
not only that, so not only would Brady stand a very good chance of winning, but he would get a boatload of money to go to either one of those teams.
He would. He would. The first point is no, I don't want Andy Dalton, and you know what? I'll make a video on that later. But the second point I want to make is people in the chat saying that Brady will definitely 100% go back with the Pats. I tend to agree with you a little bit, but here's the thing: the longer this plays out, he's only got like 7 days left, I think. The longer this plays out, the less
I think
likely.
it's six before. I think it's six before the legal tampering starts.
Yeah, and if you let him, here's the thing: if the reports are true, and Belichick and Kraft are both cool with him testing the open market, do you really think he's coming back? That's my point. I don't think
But
he's
see,
coming back.
that's when it gets into uncharted waters because like when the legal tampering starts going on and they haven't signed him, and somebody comes at him and says, here's three for 90 with 65 guaranteed.
Right. That's respect. That's love. He'll take it. He's not gonna say no to that.
But you know what I mean? Here's 3 for 90 or here's 3 for 80 with 65 guaranteed.
And everyone else is going to respect him. That's all I'm saying. Like I want to believe. That's the thing. I want to believe, like Enzo said in the chat. Shout out to you, Enzo. You're keeping it real. I want to believe that he'll retire like
Yes,
Jeter,
me too. Me too,
Kobe.
Enzo. I'm
I want to
I'm
believe that.
I'm with you, Enzo. I'm with you, man. I certainly hope it ends like that. But you know what? I've talked to a lot of other YouTubers. I've talked to a lot of other people about this off the chat, off air, and I've said this for years, JD, that the ending between the Patriots and Brady, it could end up really ugly, really like ugly, an ugly split, an ugly breakup. I hope it doesn't end up like that, but there's a definite possibility that it does.
This could be the ugliness that you're describing. To be honest, this could be the beginning of the end, and that's why, like, if it was ever going to end, it would end right now. That's the thing. Like, if it was going to end, it would end right now because
If
both sides
if
have a
the
way out.
Patriots truly do, that organization. I know that like everybody in the NFL knows that organization, and when they want people, they sign them quick. They lock them up
Yeah,
to long-term contracts so they do not leave in free agency and they don't run the risk of losing them. They get deals done when they like people and when they want them to stay. They've always done Brady's deals a year in advance, a year to a year and a half in advance. This is uncharted water for Brady and Patriots fans. This is he's never had to deal with this. But in 6 days, Tom Brady's phone's going to start ringing, and you can't tell me that Mike Vrabel's not going to be on the other line, being like, "This is what we got for money," and
yeah.
and there is
He'll
no
make
dude.
it pretty.
If you were Mike Vrabel, what would you do? I
I
would
would do
call.
the
I would,
same thing.
dude. As soon as it hit 12:01. As soon as it hit 12:01, I would be on the phone with Brady laying numbers down to him. Like, come on, man. There's no
Tom, let me
doubt
tell you.
that what
I was gonna be like, Tom, let me tell you how much I'll give you. Like, shit, dude, I'll give you a lot of shit. You give him a
that,
lot of
that's what I'm,
money.
that's what I'm saying. Like, in the scariest part about that is if he actually gets to free agency, the Patriots don't have a lot of wiggle room
No.
because, dude, they're gonna lose. They're probably gonna lose Kyle Van Noy. They're probably gonna lose Jamie Collins. They're probably gonna lose Joe Tooney. You know, their best offensive line, one of their best. It was Tooney and the center David Andrews were their two best offensive linemen. They're
And
gonna
all
lose
those
Joe.
guys have a longer shelf life than Brady does. Brady's
But
shelf life could be already over for all
this is
Belichick.
what I'm saying. They're gonna lose all these. Like, this is a big like. This is a big decision, man. Like, and it's going to tell us really, you know, it's going to give us a good impression.
Karam in the chat, he's been talking a lot about Dak and if Dak can get a deal basically from Jerry Jones. And let me sell you something really quick, Karam. Just a quick point is that what if you guys got Brady though, and he signed a deal that was like 25 mil, 30 mil, something more attractive that you could sign Amari Cooper and you could sign other guys, and Dak's out there asking for 40 mil from like I don't know whoever will give it to him, honestly, which would probably be like 3 or 4 teams that would. Is that not more appealing to you? Do you really not want Brady for 2 years and then test your luck afterwards? He said, I will be so pissed. All right, well, that's my answer. All right. I'm glad we addressed that's the Cowboys session of the show. That'll be quick and
well, we talked about this last time, JD. Do you listen, man? Do you really think after everything that they've all the time, all the money, all the coaches, the QB coaches, the just everything that they've invested in Dak, do you really think they would just drop it and switch to Brady?
I don't think
Jones is going to be one to do that. I don't think that's how he operates.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot less rumors about them. Like they're really focused on Dak. They really are. So that's important. They should be. The Titans, I think, is real. Which ones do you feel like? All right, let's grade them all. Which ones do you think are the most real? I think the Titans are like A+ real. Like honestly, I think if it's not the Patriots, it's the Titans.
If Bill Belichick, I mean, or not Bill, if Tom Brady, if Tom Brady has the balls to do it, where would you go, Tennessee or San Fran? I tell you where I'm going.
Well, San Fran, you have to work it out with the Patriots because you'll have to do a sign and trade. Am I right? Like you're going to have to work that out with them. They'll have to give up Jimmy G, and maybe they would. Maybe they would give up Jimmy G. I don't know.
What if the Pats? What if they did this? Okay, fantasy booking time. What if they signed Tom Brady and then traded him to the Niners for Jimmy?
Sign Tom Brady for whatever the Niners want. Trade him
for whatever the Niners want him for, and then trade him.
That's the thing. It would be okay. Hypothetically speaking, this would be really good for Brady and really good for Belichick. So,
but it's dude. That trade would break not only would it break the NFL, but it would break the internet.
Oh, it'd be the craziest. It would be the craziest trade in the history of trades. It would just be documentaries.
Because that was Belichick's master plan years ago. He wanted, you know what I mean?
He wanted Jimmy G.
He wanted,
that was his guy. Yeah, he was ready for him.
He wanted Garoppolo years ago.
He didn't want Brady after 40. He was done with him after 40. And he did not want to. That's the thing. He probably would have traded Brady. I feel like that conversation, I don't want to hear the conversation because allegedly the conversation went like this. John Lynch asked for Tom Brady and Belichick.
We talked about it. Well, yeah tell him how
I want to know the context of that laugh. That's my question. Like, was it like I wish, you know what I mean? Was it I wish I could trade him, but fucking Kraft won't let me, excuse my language, but like Kraft won't let me do it. And it's like, I mean, if that was the laugh, if it was, I'd never trade him, or if it was, you know what I'm saying? I want to know the context of this conversation.
You want to know how it went? It went like this, right?
All right.
Hey, John, what's up? No, I can't. I'm not going to trade you Tom Brady. He just played it. He just played it at MVP style, MVP level, right? Click,
You really
and
think
then
that's how Bill handled it?
well, at
I'm
first,
curious.
right? That's
Yeah,
that's at first, right?
I think it was in withdrawal.
The second time, not so much. I think he was a little more receptive at the trade deadline.
Yes, I was actually okay. Yes, yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. That is when he wanted it. Really, that's when Belichick really wanted to get it done. That's why he settled for a second round pick. Maybe honestly, this is part of the diabolical plan. Maybe he said, "All right, I'll do him a favor," like you said. Uh,
I'm
did
telling
you
you.
say that earlier?
So
Yeah,
so tinfoil hat theory time.
yeah, we
Right?
talked about this earlier, but it's we should pound it in because it's interesting.
Tinfoil hat theory time. I need like a little light and a little alien spaceship to like fly over.
It
We
all
got to
gets
get a
better,
graphic department to do that.
right?
So tinfoil hat theory time, right?
Yeah,
The so what the conversations between John Lynch and Belichick from years ago when Belichick wanted to realistically get rid of get rid of when he was trying to get rid of Brady and Gronk because he could
yeah,
he sensed that they were slipping, quote unquote slipping. Um, that was the off season of the Rams Super Bowl that they won the Super Bowl against the Rams, right? That was the off season of
yeah.
that Super Bowl.
Number
So
6.
what the reports that are coming out now were um that John Lynch had contacted Bill Belichick after they had won after they had won the Super Bowl in that offseason after they beat the Rams, and he had said, "Are you interested in trading Brady?" And Belichick laughed at him.
So
Belichick,
there's 2 conversations.
Belichick laughed at him, right? And he said, and he was like, "No, man, he just won us the Super Bowl. We can't, Kraft would never let us. You'd never let me trade him." So,
Yeah, yeah.
right. Fast forward to the trade deadline of that year when they traded Jimmy Garoppolo, right? And Lynch asked for Brady again. Lynch asked for Tom again. And he said, "No, Tom is off the table, but I can give you Jimmy for a good deal. I will give you Jimmy on the cheap for a good deal." Lynch said, "Okay, we'll take the second rounder for Garoppolo, and send, we'll take, send Jimmy our way and we'll send you a second round pick." And I think they got a couple other compensatory, lower picks. I think they got a second and like a fourth out of it or something.
It is interesting.
So,
That would be an
so
interesting
I
conversation.
think so. My tinfoil hat theory is the Niners. So everybody in the media in Boston is saying that there is a mystery team in the mix. Now, me and JD opened up the stream by revealing that that mystery team has come out of the woodwork and is the San Francisco 49ers. They are
Oh
in the
yeah.
mix for Tom Brady now. We opened up the stream with that they are the so-called mystery team. So my tinfoil hat theory is that this is Belichick saying, "I did you a solid and gave you a quarterback that got you to a Super Bowl. He might not have won you it, but I gave you a quarterback that got you to a Super Bowl. I'm willing to trade you Brady now, but I want my quarterback back."
That would be crazy, one, but it would make sense for Brady and Belichick. They would both win. And to answer Christopher's question in the chat, which I'll ask you first. What do you think? Let's say that the Niners don't pull that off for whatever reason, which it is intriguing. They possibly could. It's definitely out there. But let's say he does end up with the Titans. Chris wants to know, Christopher Bayodet, I probably said that wrong. Excuse me, I butchered your name. But he said that if he goes to the Titans, how would he play with Derrick Henry? How do you think Derrick Henry and Tom Brady would play off each other?
Good. Really good.
Yeah,
Think about it.
Yeah.
How did he? I don't know how old you are, Christopher, but if you remember the Corey Dillon years,
Oh yeah, you give Brady a running back.
you give Brady a running back, like a skilled
Woo.
running back. Yeah. Hashtag Super Bowl.
He will mess you up. I mean, yeah, he won a Super Bowl with lesser running backs. Honestly, James White is an okay running back, but he could not run in between tackles like previous
that year that they had Corey Dillon. They like the dude had a career year with them.
Tom Brady made LeGarrette Blount look like freaking
Blunt. Yeah, look, dude, LeGarrette Blount had 1,200 yards and like 15 touchdowns.
It's ridiculous. Like Brady opened the field up for him. Honestly, Brady could have way more if Brady chased stats. Like, let's be real. If Brady chased stats, like a lot of people just look at stats. If he chased stats, he could have. I mean, he could have like 50 more touchdowns than Breeze and Manning and all them. He really could. Brady. There was years when Brady's like, "Oh, we have a good run game. Cool. I don't have to do as much." And he just hand the ball off like 100 times, like all the time. He just hand the ball off all the time. So I totally. What year was Corey Dillon? Mid to late 2000s. Oh yeah, okay. So it was mid 2000s. Okay.
04.
What's your favorite Biggie song? Oh man, I have to look at.
No, hold on. I take that back. Hold on. I take that. It might not have been 2004. Hold on.
He said, "I'm a Jets fan, so I hate the Patriots." I'm gonna read some of these chats. I'm a Jets fan, so I hate the Patriots. So I'm happy Brady's leaving. We can win the division now. Hey, maybe. That division will be nasty. That's for sure. What's funny is Brady's leaving, and it's getting a lot better. The Dolphins have a pretty good coach, I think. The Bills have a solid quarterback, and the Jets, maybe they have something going on with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is really young. That's the thing. It'll take a few years for him to really settle in because he's one of the younger quarterbers. He kind of like
the Jets.
Yeah, the Jets probably won't. I don't see.
Sorry, Jets fans. Yeah.
I don't know if the Jets will win. I think the Bills will win that division. That's just me. Who?
I mean, we all know what Sam Darnold's being for Halloween every year now. Just drop the ghost emojis.
The ghost of what?
The ghost emojis. He's seeing ghosts. Don't forget about that.
Oh yeah, dude. He's not settled in yet. It'll take him a little bit. Especially with that's the thing. Belichick is going to mess him up. Belichick, he said, Belichick has an amazing defensive scheme. That's the thing. You'll never take that away from the Patriots as long as Belichick's in, even if they have lesser talent.
He said 2003, JD. 03. So the 03-04 season. That's when Dylan. Yeah, 03-04.
Yeah, Brady. I mean, Brady made Lawrence Maroney play well. Or he helped Lawrence Maroney play well. Like Lawrence Maroney was not the same player when he left. Neither was LeGarrette Blount or a bunch of. I can think of a bunch of guys that were just not the same player when they left the Patriots. Danny Woodhead, that's one. You remember Danny Woodhead? Oh man, he was fun to watch. He was just like a little scat back.
So according to so 03-04, Dylan had 1,800 yards that season.
Oh, wow, really? 1,800?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
1865.
That was one of the best seasons in like the last 20 years, probably. Who had a better season than that? Barry Sanders and AP. That's probably it. That's probably the only people that had better years. Edgerrin James, maybe.
Yeah, 1,860 yards that year for Corey Dillon. I told you, you give Brady a running back and watch out.
Yeah, I mean, especially if they keep McDaniels too. That's
why if Brady goes to the Titans, they have two good tight ends, and they have probably the biggest work outside of Zeke Elliott. Henry is a freaking workhorse.
he is really evolving, and that running scheme definitely showed that they have some serious potential in the playoffs. To answer your question about the Bears, Karam, quickly, I
They
would
were in
give
the
him.
mix. Sorry to interrupt you. They
Oh,
were
you're
the
good.
Bears were in the mix in this thing early too. They were. It was
We talk
they
about
were
that.
in there too, but they fell out pretty quick.
So for the Bears, really quick, I'll actually break that down now that we can talk about it. If we get Tom Brady, which I don't think we will, but if we get Tom Brady, I will be down with moving on from Mitchell Trubisky. You can sit on the bench. If we got Teddy Bridgewater, which I highly doubt we will because I'm pretty sure he's going to Tampa, I would say you sit on the bench. Winston, I would say no. You
I would
back
take
him up.
Bridgewater on the Bears. Actually, makes a lot of sense.
It does, but I think he's going elsewhere because I think the Bears would probably only offer him like 30, 25, 30 mil, and he wants probably like 30, 32, 33. I don't know. It's all speculation. We don't know yet. I mean, hell, the Bears could land. If the Bears landed Bridgewater, all in on Bridgewater. I don't care what happens to Trubisky. I hope that Trubisky can develop, maybe be a good backup, maybe, I don't know. I'd give him another year depending on who we sign. If it's
Yeah.
Mariota or Winston, sure. But besides that,
So
let's back to Brady. If Brady got on there, that'd be cool.
All right. So what else we got, JD? What else we got on the
Oh, sure.
on the
So this Bleacher report that I have up here.
Yep. You want me to pull it up?
Yeah, you can pull that up really quick. It says that Brady has that the rumors are that Brady has 4 of 8 teams would sign him right now. So 4 of the 8 teams would sign him right now, and that gives him a lot of leverage. Like I was saying earlier.
So here's the thing, right? I'll let you go first. Who are the 4? Who are the 4?
Okay. I'd say for sure the Titans. For sure the Titans are one of those teams. I believe the Raiders would be stupid enough to do something like that. So
Mark Davis is an idiot. He's an idiot.
I'm in on the Raiders would be dumb enough to do something like that, even if it would blow up in their face. So that gives them some leverage. The Chargers probably, and you know what? We'll get into that right after this because, well, you know what? I'll just bring it up. Brady has a company. You were talking about earlier. I want you to talk about the company.
Yes. We'll get into that after. So who are the 4? You said
I got Chargers, Titans, and Raiders. Yeah, and the 4th one would probably be honestly the Bears. We're crazy enough. We're crazy enough. We'll do it. We roll the dice on him. We have Khalil Mack. We already signed Khalil Mack. So yeah, Bears.
All right. So here's my 4 in no particular order. Like I said, until I see his name on a dotted line somewhere else, the Pats are in the mix for me.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the Patriots, the Titans, the
Well, the Patriots aren't included because they're the team
he's on now. All right. So I will go Titans, Raiders, and we're on the same page with the Raiders. Mark Davis is an absolute moron, and he's crazy, and he is batshit crazy enough to do that. To give Brady $100 million with 60 guaranteed. He's crazy enough to do that. So they're in. So Titans, Raiders, the Chargers, and we've talked about what I think is going to happen if he goes to the Chargers. I think McDaniels is going to go with him.
So yeah, break that down again really quick for the audience that might have missed it last week. Why do you think what would happen then? I remember what you said, but I just want to hear it again.
So for those of you who don't know, if Brady does go to the Chargers, I think the Chargers fire Anthony Lynn and they make Josh McDaniels an offer that he pretty much can't refuse because Brady and McDaniels pretty much run that offense that he runs in New England together. You see them on the sidelines. If you're a Pats fan, you see the footage of the games. The two of them are inseparable on the sidelines. They talk all the time. They're always in contact. The two of them make that offense go.
They just signed Austin Eckler to a deal too, so they'll have Eckler through for a couple years for Brady.
So I do think a package deal would happen. I think we would lose McDaniels and we would lose Brady. If the Chargers are serious and realistically in a mix, I think that is a realistic scenario that could play out for the Chargers. The next one that's Titans, Raiders, Chargers, and then the last one, I would probably have to go with
It's a tough one.
Yeah, like that fourth team could be, insert anyone, if you're not going to count the Patriots because he's on the Pats, you might as well throw San Fran in there. You might as well.
Do you think that tinfoil hat is more likely than most other teams? Because you're starting to convince me a little bit.
Dude, think about it. Brady he lives in LA. He lives in LA. So these LA teams there is, even though it's probably only 30 to 35% of a chance that he'll actually sign, I'm telling you, the LA teams are still in play. The Rams, any LA team, the Rams, the Raiders, or
Bay Area too.
The Bay Area teams, the Rams and the Chargers, and San Fran are in play.
And bro, not only are they in play with San Fran, I was just thinking about it more. That's where Facebook is. That's where the headquarters of Facebook is. Tom's documentary, Tom versus Time, he'll probably want to do more documentaries out of Facebook. Like that was only season 1.
Should we drop the bombshell that if people don't know about it already?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, so backstory, before the Lakers got LeBron, right? So I know I'm a Celtic fan and it's sacrilegious to talk about the Lakers and fuck LA, but let's go there. So tinfoil hat time again. Sorry, Laker fans. I do have a lot of Laker fans. So sorry to the Laker fans, but here we go. So once again, strap your tinfoil hats on, folks, because here we go. So before LeBron went to the Lakers, right? Before LeBron went to the Lakers, and this was all reported by the Boston media today. So this is all out here. This is all out there. You can listen to any of the Boston media radio stations and you can listen to their playbacks. It's all there. It's all they talked about it all day today. It's all there. They laid this scenario out. So before LeBron moved to LA and signed with the Lakers, he created his own production company based out of Los Angeles.
I'm going to pull it up.
So before LeBron left to join the Lakers, but this is all before he signed his contract for the Lakers. So before he did that, he started his own production company based out of Los Angeles. And then he signed with LA and moved there. Now, fast forward, and here we are, Brady Watch.
Brady Watch, here it is.
So,
up for you.
You got it? All right.
Yeah, the source, and it's from a good source, NFL.com itself.
So Tom Brady has started his own production company called 199 Productions. As everybody knows, if you don't know, if you're not a Patriots fan, Brady was taken 199th in the draft. So 199 Productions, and it is based out of where, JD?
It is based out of San Francisco, or actually LA.
Los Angeles, California. So,
which is near San Francisco, not that far. Darn. He's getting a lot of
So
lag. There we go.
Brady has signed. You get it?
Yeah, it just was lagging because of the stream. There we go. Brady has signed with it. There it is.
So there it is. Brady has started his own production company based out of Los Angeles.
Only 4
I'm
hours
not gonna
ago
lie,
this is
guys.
reported.
I'm not going to lie. Does it concern me as a Patriot fan to see all the evidence stacking up and letting Brady go through the whole, free agency? It's not it is scary because there are teams. I know for a fact there are teams out there that are going to throw boatloads of money at him. The Las Vegas Raiders are going to throw a ton. They are going to back the Brinks truck up for Brady. Mark Davis
If
is
Brady wants
crazy.
respect, he'll get it.
Mark
Sorry.
Davis is crazy enough to do that. And not only that, Dana White's calling him from Las Vegas, poking and prodding him to come to Vegas and buy houses out there. I'm telling you, there's the deck is stacked a lot against the Patriots because according to Robert Kraft, and he's kind of followed through, you haven't heard, at least from the Boston media standpoint, you haven't heard too many reports of him standing in front of Belichick so far when it comes to making decisions on Brady. And Belichick has been a stone wall. He is not giving 1 inch to Tom.
Kraft already got backlash
and
from
let's be honest, JD. Let's be honest, take Robert Kraft out of this situation and just make it so Kraft is completely out of the situation. Do you think Belichick's going to re-sign Brady? Is it a 100? Is it a 100% given that Belichick will sign Brady?
It's actually less likely because if it's up to Belichick, 100% up to Belichick, he will sign Brady for like 20 mil. He would want Brady back over anyone else, but only for like 20 mil.
Yeah, Tom. Here's 2 for 20 or 2. I mean, no, 2 for 40.
2 for 40. That's what he'd want.
Here's 2 for 40.
You want him a huge discount. You're like, you're old, Tom. You're done.
Here's 2 for 40. Here's 2 for 40 with 18 guaranteed.
That really is how he is. He's a military man. He's next man up. He's not interested.
Belichick is a straight shooter and no BS. I'm telling you, if this decision is fully up to Bill Belichick, you should be concerned as a Pats fan that Brady might not come back.
It's over. You know what? I'm kind of leaning towards the best option is your tinfoil hat theory. I really think that might be the best option for
the
both
Niners, right?
Yep,
the Niners, right?
For both parties, if the Niners wanted him, this is the best. What are you going to do? I mean, this is the best option to get him. Do I think they'll win a Super Bowl with Brady? No, I think you had about the exact same chance with Jimmy G. But at the same time, I don't know. It's possible.
I'm telling you, it's there. You should be legitimately, if the rumors are all true, and this truly is, because Kraft has come out now multiple times and has tried to distance himself from the situation. And I've never seen, when it comes to talking about Tom Brady and when it comes to the Brady negotiations and stuff like that, I've never seen Kraft take, he's going like this, man.
Especially right now.
He's trying to distance himself from that situation between Tom and Bill as far as he can.
Kraft is probably tired of the media too because of he had a situation with some prostitute or something a long time ago. He's had bad press for a while. He's probably not trying to have, and also before that, he had bad press for interfering with Brady and Belichick. Some people, not a lot of bad press, but imagine if he interfered again and the Patriots lose 2 years in a row. A lot of Patriots fans will start blaming Kraft and saying that Belichick should have just done what he wanted to do.
No, I'm telling you, yeah, there are even like I said, even though I'm only putting like a maybe a 35 percentile, percent, kind of ratio to it that he would actually leave. But still, that's 35%. That's, you have a one in four, 1 in 3 chance that he may not sign here.
And that's the scary thing. If you had to put it like let's do a graph. I wish we had a graph. Well, maybe I'll figure that out in the future. But like let's do a graph for right now. I'm gonna say we'll do a percentile. I'm gonna say that right now it's literally I'm leaning towards like 20% he goes back to the Patriots. 20% he goes back to the Patriots. What about you goes back to the Patriots, and then we'll talk the other percentages.
Hold on, my cat's biting my microphone cord.
And the only reason I say, okay, here's what I'll say. If the rumors are true, then 20%. If the rumors are not true, it's kind of like hedging your bet, though. So I'll say 20%. Maybe I'll be wrong. I could be wrong. But if the rumors are true, then 20% for me. What about you? What is your percentile? Do you still think it's like 50-50 at this point?
So I will go, let's say,
And you in the chat too. What is your percentile that he goes back to the Patriots?
so I still think, so I'll go 35%, 35%. So no, okay, so let's say 40% Titans.
Interesting.
No, I changed that. Hold on. 30% Titans, 30% Titans. I'm trying to think of how I can do this. The 30% Titans, 30% Niners.
Ooh. That is interesting. I'm going to go 10% Niners not because I don't believe you and not because I don't think that's a good idea, but because there would have to be a trade involved. And anytime there's a trade involved, sometimes one side wants to get more out of it, and
The
it's
only reason I
never a
put
one
the
for
Niners
one.
so high is because that would be such an epic trade.
It would be
It
epic.
would break the internet. It would break the internet.
I would love
The NFL, the NFL world would lose its mind. Can you imagine this? The Patriots sign Brady, and then the next day they turn it over and they sign Brady for what San Fran wants him for. And then the next day of free agency, they trade him for Jimmy. And Jimmy and Tom are in the air. They're in the air flying back and forth.
I think the only way that Brady, or not that Brady, the Niners would want to do that is if they got Brady for like a discount, like 20 mil, basically a hometown discount. Honestly, I think that's because they have Jimmy G for like 25 mil a year. They're not going to want to pay more for an older quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's only for 2 years.
Sign Tom for what Jimmy got, 27 and a half.
Yes, like 20. If they did 27 and a half, I feel like both sides would be pretty happy. That's probably
it would break the internet. So once again, 30% Titans, 30% Niners, and that's 60%, right? And then 40%, and then 40% Patriots.
You say 40% Patriots.
Yeah.
I'll say I'm even less on the Patriots than you are, but I'll agree with you. And instead of 40%, I'll keep my 20% and add 20% other. And if I had to divvy that up, I'd give the Bears like a 2% chance and the Raiders a 15% chance. Maybe the 18, yeah, the other 18%. I don't think
18, yeah.
Yeah. Probably the Raiders.
Leedy's a Steeler fan. He says 15% 49ers, 25% Chargers, 35% Titans,
Right on,
and
lady.
25% he stays with the Pats. That's a pretty good one too. Because you're giving the Niners an outside shot. You're giving the Chargers an outside shot, and it's coming down to what we're probably going to see. The Titans and the Pats are going to battle it out. Mike Vrabel, I'm telling you, right as soon as that clock hits 12:01 on the legal tampering period, Tom's phone. Vrabel's going to wake Tom up out of bed at 12:01 with that call.
Do you think? Okay, let's assume 100% that the reports that Belichick and Brady had a conversation and it went really badly. Do you think it's over then? Do you think like it's over? That's it.
You want to know how that conversation went, right?
Yeah, I remember you telling me. I want to hear it.
Hey, what's up, man? Right?
What's up, man?
What's up? I'm ready. Tom goes, I'm ready to hear your offer. And Bill goes, yeah, I gave it to you last July. Click.
Probably.
That's how that went.
2 years, $60 million. If that's true, if both of those things are true, 2 years, $60 million. I mean, how can you really want more? Honestly, if you're Brady.
I don't know. See, now one thing I don't like, I told you, I think they skimped him on the guaranteed money. I bet they only gave him like 18 or 15 guaranteed. And I bet he was pissed. I'm telling you, I think that's why he's so mad. And not only that, we talked about it before, JD. There's no weapons there. He's throwing to a bunch. Even more like this is the scrubbiest team. This is the scrubbiest team he's ever thrown to.
And Edelman can't stay healthy, and Harry's injury prone.
Well, and here's the thing: Edelman's getting older, so the game's beating him up more. You know what I mean? The game is beating him up more, and we saw flashes of what N'Keal Harry could be. We saw flashes of it. But it was never a consistent, you know what I mean? It was never a consistent play. Like, did he make like 8 really good plays throughout the season? Yeah. He made like probably a dozen really nice catches and good plays. But like, it was never like a consistent thing. Like, if he could, those flashes of greatness for 2 series, 3 series, if he could sustain that for a game, we would be good. But he couldn't. He would disappear for minutes on end.
Something I just thought of, and I want to get your thoughts on it, is that Tom Brady. I'm not going to pull it up for lack of ads, but basically Tom Brady on social media, for what it's worth, has been kind of supporting, for lack of a better term.
I know where you're going with this because I saw it the other day.
Yeah, so he's been supporting Antonio Brown. So let's talk about that for a little while.
With the heart emoji on his.
What are the implications of that?
Huh?
Does that mean their package? Well, I was going to say, what are the implications of Antonio Brown?
That's funny you said that because they just floated a new rumor out today that Brown and Brady want to play together. Now, what are your thoughts on that? Which team's got room to do that?
Sorry, OG Bosgel on StreamYard. The comments are frozen, so I can't read them. But who's got room to get AB? And because that's the thing, if the Raiders wanted to give him a second chance or something, then that could be enticing for him to go to the Raiders. That's what I was going to say. That would be enticing for him to go to the Raiders. They'd be like, oh, we'll work things out with Antonio Brown and everything will be okay. I don't know if he'd go round 2 with the Raiders, but to talk about OG Bosgel, because Bosgel's been awesome all chat. He says, I got Niner sources. Remember the GM I told you about, Bobby? He says, I'm checking my inside sources to get back to you. Rombo saying Jimmy G, that they're staying with him, basically. Interesting. So he says that, let's check with Gray's uncle. That'd be interesting.
Bosgel, you're a Cowboy fan, correct?
Yeah, Bosgel, would you like Tom on your team with AB?
I I think Bosco's a Cowboy fan. I don't like, but we've talked like that. Just once again, that's another team that was throwing their name. That's probably one of the 8 because Jerry Jones is crazy enough, you know, to do it. But I just in this type of a scenario, I don't think with as much as the Cowboys have invested that they would do that. I don't invested in Dak. And if Dak is smart, he would take. Sorry, he would take. Are you good? You good? Okay, good. All right. Um. Um.
I know where
If
you're going. He would take that. He would take a little bit less.
he would take a little bit less so they can make sure that he's got the weapons around him long term.
If you can't keep Amari Cooper and Dak, what the hell is the point of that? You traded
That's what
Amari
I'm saying.
Cooper for
Yeah.
the first round pick. You would lose. You would effectively lose a first round pick. That's probably why Jerry Jones won't sign him. Is because he's saying, well, if I sign you to what you want, I can't sign Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper's going to walk, and then I just lost a first round pick for Amari Cooper for nothing.
So Bosco says, tell JD Bilks GM.
I'm going to pull up the. I'm going to pull up the chat on this. Let's see. He said what? He said, tell JD Bilks GM Grayson uncle. I talked to Grayson. I'm an old
Is that
broad by no man. So. Oh, I guess she knows. I'll have to check
Grayson
with
Allen?
Grayson. Who's Grayson Allen? Very inside source. Ronbo says Jimmy G is staying, even though not confirmed. So basically, you're saying that Jimmy G, that you know an inside source that says that Jimmy G is 100% not getting traded. Is that what you're saying? Grayson
Yeah,
is my
I think
granddaughter.
I think that's what she's trying to say.
Oh,
Bosco, I think that's what you're trying to say,
sorry,
right?
but we our conversations went so fast. I never caught that. My fault. That is interesting. That's interesting, Boswell. Very interesting stuff. I mean, so Jimmy, so let's talk about that again. I mean, Jimmy G.
So
Boswell says 0 chance that he's leaving, that he's getting traded. That's probably what Brady and Belichick want, but it's not what the Niners want. And the Niners are probably like, hey, man, tough luck. You traded him a couple years ago. It's over, man. We already signed him. You know what I mean? So that's to support Bosgle's claim, or Bosgle's source, rather. I kind of, it's the smartest move. Just stay with Jimmy G. You know, you got him for a second round pick. Patriots, tough luck. That's how the cookie crumbles. They always get the best of other teams. For once, the Niners are going to get the best of them by keeping Jimmy G. That'd be my point to that. But anyway, interesting stuff.
That's pretty interesting.
Sorry about that.
That's pretty interesting, Bosco.
Ronbo says
pretty.
he streams games. Grayson, find out. Nice. I'll have to check that out.
I gotta get with you for an inside source then.
Yeah, you gotta connect. Add me on Twitter there if you have Twitter. Even though I might use something else soon. Twitter sucks, but here's that. Here's my Twitter. There you go, Bosco. I appreciate you watching this. You've been a real OG. Well, we've been breaking down all these rumors back to back to back. Heck yeah. We definitely awesome chat for the game.
Find out. She said she'll find out this weekend. Nice. Well, let us know for sure.
We'll have to do another Brady watch after we know. Heck yeah.
I don't know. There's the team. There's some teams out there. No, I know, Boz. You do know your stuff. That's so we'll have to any new information that comes along, you'll have to relay that for sure. There are teams out there, JD, that just I think they're just thrown in simply because they're big market teams and they could probably afford it, But outside of that, there's really no like concrete reasoning.
Go Cubs. Yeah, I hear you. This is all what people honestly nowadays reports aren't even reports. Reports are what people want you to hear, or they're what teams want you to hear, or certain players, coaches,
Yeah.
parties, camps.
Look, just look at it. Look, take a step back from this and look. Both sides are releasing certain information at certain times. It's like I said it. We said this at the beginning of the stream. When have the Patriots ever been this public with a negotiation? Never. You don't hear the Pats negotiating and giving real, giving solid numbers, like actual reported numbers out to people. Like these are confirmed. The 30 million is a confirmed number. It's a confirmed number.
It clearly
Like
tells you that both parties have something to lose here.
they're yeah. Well, not only that, it's they both have their own agendas. Brady
Yeah,
Brady is making it look like Brady's camp is trying to make it look like I am doing everything I can to stay with the Patriots, but they're not welcoming me. That's how they want that's how Brady's camp wants Pat's Nation to view his side of the story. And then Belichick and Kraft released the $30 million info to say, oh no, like you know, we were ready to pay him 30 a year to show him some
yeah,
respect. Like the Pats have
covering his
never
ass.
been this public with negotiations because they're just not that type of a team. They keep negotiations in-house and private unless
They have
they
something to
have
gain.
their own agenda behind what they're trying to do.
And they do have a lot to gain for PR. Because if you didn't say anything and that rumor wasn't out there, it wouldn't be working against Tom. Patriots fans wouldn't be saying, or me questioning the fact that, hey, 60 mil, it sounds like a pretty good deal, Tom. Why don't you just take it? You're pretty old. That's the narrative now. For that's how Belichick changed the narrative. If that is in fact true, if he released that report, which I think he did, or at least someone close to him did, in order to gain Belichick's favor. Belichick might not be involved in PR moves like that, to be honest, but who knows?
Enzo, a Big Mac with no pickles. JD, you want anything from the McDonald's drive-through?
I want a
Large
20.
fry, bro.
Yeah,
Large fry.
large fry. Hell yeah. Two large fries, 20-piece tender. You're like $50 on you? No, I'm just kidding.
Although one time I did spend $37 on a Wendy's dollar menu. That was
Oh,
interesting.
wow. That's impressive. Honestly, that's wow.
Well, that was after me and three friends got through with a sack.
Nice.
We had smoked a sack, and it was that was some high school memories. Yeah, 37 30. I think it was 37 and change on the dollar menu. We pulled up and they gave us like 12 bags.
You're just like, I want 50 nuggets, 4 burgers, 3 large fries, and 3 milkshakes each.
It was a lot. It was like, yeah, I think we got like 12 bags of food. It was something like,
Oh my god.
yeah, it was like a dozen, like I think 15 burgers, like 12 fries, a couple of McChicken. Oh, it was like, I mean, a couple of, oh, it was like the chicken pat, like the chicken sandwiches from Wendy's. It was something else.
I remember me and my buddy got baked one time, and then we went out to eat, and then like literally an hour later, we're like, "Bro, you want to go out to eat again?" It was awful. I'll never do that again. But yeah, high school times and stuff. Anyway,
This
good times.
But so like a lot of these, like one thing we're definitely learning as like we get closer to free agency with Brady is that like there's some of this stuff that comes out, like it might seem crazy, but it does, like there's to be honest, there's probably, for each one of these reports, if you have to put a number on it, you're probably seeing 35 to 40% of the truth. You know what I mean? But there's some truth there.
Yeah, there's definitely truth. to everything, including the Raiders, even if it sounds far fetched, because Brady's probably looking at this like, oh, they'll sign me, they'll sign me, they'll sign me, they'll sign me. They'd all sign me, so you better step the game up, show me the respect I deserve. And Brady
He's
wants to be a partner, whereas Belichick wants to treat him like a player.
yeah. Oh yeah. But see, that's another thing that the Pats could do too. They'll give him shares in the organization. That's another thing that could keep him in New England. They'll give him they'll you
Ooh,
know they'll,
ooh,
they'll
throwing
he'll
that
take
out
less
there.
money. He'll take less money, but he has shares, in the organization. They could do that for him too. Like I said, guys, this is but like the main things were like JD, like we wanted to talk about, like Brady starting his production company and you
Yeah,
know how can you have a production company in LA and be in you know like unless
Karam's
you're going
on
to
some
hire
moves.
somebody to run that stuff for you, you're going to have to be in LA to take care of, to run
And
that.
Karam Mawani, who watches a lot of our stuff, both of our stuff actually, and Karam brought out the fact that, excuse me, that he had both LeBron and him had houses. So basically, this is how LeBron made his move too. There was rumors. He buys a nice, huge house in LA, and it starts a production company. Well, in LeBron's case, it was like a graphic, a bunch of
Sold
different
his
companies.
house, sold his house in Cleveland,
Yep,
right?
sold his
Sold
house.
his house in Cleveland and moved to LA.
Brady
What
sold his
did
house
Brady
in
what did
Boston.
Brady do this year? He put his house in Brookline in
Yep.
Massachusetts up on he put his house in Brookline up on the market. He's moving.
And Brady wants to be revered like LeBron is. No matter, because he's, what is it? One of the things that Giselle brought up. See, we're going deep in this one. We're going deep in the psychological mind of Brady. One of the
Or at
things
least
that
or at
that
least try or at least trying to
we're
get a
trying to do,
mindset of where he could be.
we're trying to open up the layer, but behind all the media nonsense.
Yeah, you're
Uh,
you know what it is? It's reading between the lines.
Yes, we're trying to read between the lines. And one of the things that Giselle said in Tom versus Time, I'll never forget this. At the end of Tom versus Time was Brady, or Tom rather. And keep in mind, he's 39 when she said this. So this is 3 years ago that she said this.
Yeah.
This is not like recent, so it's only gotten worse. But she said that Tom, what he needs, what he wants now, like he has the championship. What he wants now, he wants respect. That's what he even said, like that's what she said, that he craves respect. And if he's not getting respect from Belichick, every other team would give him, they would, any red carpet, king treatment. You get King LeBron James type treatment anywhere else than New England. New England's the only place that's going to treat you like shit. And if Brady's tired of being treated like shit, but he still wants to play football, it's over.
He wants to be Brady wants to be looked at like he wants
He wants to be revered.
well that's what he wants to be looked at bigger than the game. That's what it
Yes.
is. He wants to be bigger than the game of football. Like LeBron James is bigger than the game of basketball in LA. Like in
Yes.
in LA, and listen, LA, you can not only do your production company, but you can build your TB12 brand out there. There's a lot more stars that
Commercials.
you could bring into the TB12, program, and you can advertise with, like, imagine LeBron James and Tom, endorsing the TB12 method for Tom. You know what I mean? Like, come on,
Exactly.
man. There's more opportunities outside of football in LA than there is here. And I mean, to me, I mean that's where his mind is going, JD. I don't know but I think that's where
It is.
I think
Since he
that's where
released, I was just gonna
he's
say,
going.
since he released like Tom versus Time, TB12, all these brands, yeah, I agree with you, 100%. That's where his mind is heading slowly. He wants another ring, but he doesn't have anything to prove. And LeBron honestly moved and he dipped and left. And Brady has nothing to prove. He could go anywhere and he could be crappy for 2 years and he would still get all the love and all the praise that anyone could ever think of. But he could also go and take a team from average or just barely playoff bound to Super Bowl bound. And if he did that, his legend would grow even greater than it ever had been. He'd be people wouldn't even be able to argue Joe Montana anymore. There'd be no argument. Like people would say, "Oh, Joe Montana went to another team and he fizzled out. Brady went to another team and he won a fucking Super Bowl, or he went to the Super Bowl, or something like that." Like you just wouldn't be able to say much, honestly. Brady wants that like overkill, I feel like. But he also wants it on his own terms. He doesn't want the overkill to be because of Bill Belichick. He doesn't want the legacy to be told, oh well, Belichick. So that's honestly, yeah, that's why it's every day. Each day, that percentage that I gave you, the 20% that I gave you earlier, smaller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Each day.
And
1% smaller.
the Pats as an organization are playing a very dangerous game.
This is chicken, like you said.
They're playing a very dangerous game with Tom, because what they're doing is we talked about it in the last episode.
Mhm.
Belichick's calling his bluff. He's saying, "Go ahead, Tom, leave. Go ahead. You want to leave? Go for it." He's calling his bluff.
I think the thing is with Belichick is that like, unless you get Jimmy G, right? Unless you get something from Tom leaving, are you really okay with Tom leaving? That's kind of where I'm sitting at too with Belichick's perspective. Like, yeah, you're playing chicken. I feel like you're gonna lose because if he goes, let's say you guys leave Brady alone, and then you go 7-9 with like Nate Sudfeld or one of the other free agent quarterbacks. People are gonna look at Belichick like, you buffoon, you idiot. Like, what did you do? You gave away the formula. So what do you think about that? Like, what would happen in your perspective?
Here's so what's up, Arthur? What's up, man? So here's what I think of all that, right?
Right.
Here's what I think of all that. We've talked about it in the last episode. I don't think Brady has. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, and if you disagree, JD, please let me know. But it's going to take a lot of guts for Brady to leave too, because I mean, you have the greatest coach in history. Like,
yes.
for you to step away from that, like, that's a risk for Tom too. Like, both of them are putting a lot on the line here. If like this is where the boldness comes in from Belichick, and where it could come back to bite him, because guess what? We've said it the whole stream. There are teams out there, given the opportunity, that would back a Brinks truck up for Brady and just open the doors and be like, "How much do you want?"
So, do you want your own throne? That's what they'll be like. Would you like a throne here? Would you like to be worshipped? When would you like to be worshipped? Like, when would you like your feet kissed? Like, that is how people will act to Brady. That's
what I'm saying. And the Patriots don't have, like, this is why it's like I'm very surprised at how well I knew the Patriots would be stubborn about it, but I didn't think that they would be this bold. Like, they're daring Tom Brady to leave. They are daring him to leave.
They really are. They're playing a dangerous game. They really are. Who do you think has more to, honestly, like, and break it down both sides? Who do you think has more to lose, Brady or Belichick? Who has the most to lose in this situation if they split apart? Let's talk about them splitting apart to finish the show for sure. Like, we definitely need to because that is every day, man. Every day it's getting more possible. Like, it's 2% higher chance that he's gone. Every day.
So we know. So Boswell says Brady made Bill and the Patriots. I I think this is where it's going to split Pat's Nation because a lot of people are on, you're either team Bill or team Tom, you know?
Tom.
And I hate to say this, and I know like I'm kind of team Bill. I I'm kind of team Belichick on this. I got to go with but they I'm team Bill, but I realize that the sum of the parts, like Bill's knowledge of the game and Tom's ruthless, like I can't even just like I'm trying to think of. He is maniacal when it comes to studying the game and making himself better.
Yes.
And then you add Belichick's coaching level and smarts of the game into that. They've done so much for one another, but they've also at the same time they have also in multiple interviews expressed interest and intrigue in seeing if they could succeed without one another.
Yes.
Because let's say this, right? Let's say Tom leaves. Let's say Tom leaves and Belichick takes insert whatever quarterback is starting for the Pats. Let's say they go 11-5 and make the playoffs and get into the playoffs, and make a deep, maybe not win the Super Bowl, but let's say they make a deep playoff run. And I'm talking like AFC title game. And what if, like,
well, then Bill is vindicated, honestly. If you make the AFC title game,
let's say Tom goes to insert Titans or insert whatever team on the West Coast you want to, and he goes there. Let's say he goes there and they let's say he gets number 7 with the Titans or San Fran. Let's say it happens. Let's say the unthinkable happens and Tom wins another Super Bowl without Belichick.
Right.
Like they've expressed interest in seeing if they could do it, if they could succeed without each other, because that would validate each one of their greatness.
I think, yes. I think that would, if they can both get to a title game, a championship game without each other, that would validate their greatness. And I think that deep down, they both want that to some degree, even if they don't say they want that openly. And I will say that your team Belichick, I agree with OG Boswell. I'm team Brady. I won't go as far as to say that that Brady made Belichick, but I do believe that Brady would succeed regardless of if he was drafted by the Patriots or not. I am on that camp. Some people say, oh, he beat nothing. He was a fifth stringer. He beat nothing. I think that Brady would find a way to figure out a way to become a winner. He probably wouldn't be as successful. He'd probably be like a Drew Brees, but he has that mentality. I don't think Belichick is completely the reason why Brady, and the last thing I'll say about Belichick actually is I don't think he's the reason for his full success, but the last thing I'll say about Belichick is what worries me about Belichick is I wonder if he'll turn into a Greg Popovich. And let me explain what I mean by that. I'm a hoops guy. If you know my channel, you know that I've like probably 60% hoops is my channel. So
Yeah.
I talk about hoops a lot. And the Spurs without Tim Duncan, and in this new era of football, they're just not the same. And are they okay? Yeah, sure. They're a middle of the pack team. And do they need a superstar? Sure. But Aldridge was a star, and they had stars, and they had Kawhi, and they just were not the same team. They were not the same structure. So what happens when you get rid of Brady, who, similar to Tim Duncan, takes the abuse that Popovich was willing to give Duncan? He takes the abuse for Belichick, gives it to him, takes that away from the younger guys. You have that guy who's older, who takes that abuse, who is that guy. Now he's gone. He's saying, screw this. I'm not done anymore. How soon do the veterans stop listening to Bill? How soon does that message die out?
It's funny because they were talking about this today too. if Brady, if Belichick trades Brady, do they lose the locker room? Does he lose the locker room? Does he lose credibility in the locker room? Does that locker room, do those veteran guys that are loyal to Brady say, well, screw this, I'm out of here too?
Or just say, yeah, whatever, coach. Tom didn't listen to you. Like, you don't even have to say screw you, coach. At some point, the players have to listen to Bill. And that's like his shtick, is this authoritarian. Now, if you have Jimmy G, you can do the same thing to Jimmy G, and Jimmy G will take it. You don't give a shit. You don't have him anymore.
Well, Jimmy, here's the thing. Tom was that buffer, you know?
Yeah.
Tom was that buffer. And, Jimmy will come back and he'll be a sponge with Bill. He'll be the next apprentice. You know what I mean?
He could be the buffer. Yeah, he could be that buffer. But he's gone. And
Bosco, Bosco, I'm telling you, there's Bosco, I'm telling you, there's possible, like, we've talked about it for 2 episodes now, JD. There's even though it's only 25 to 35, 30, 35, 40, there's a chance that Brady could leave. Like, there's an actual chance that he could leave. And when was the last time that happened? Never.
That we had a superstar legend at the end of his career leave. I mean,
you're talking like Montana or Favre.
But even then, they're only in the 30s. They're in their late 30s, like early 40s. Brady's going on mid 40s. He's going on legit mid 40s. So most people don't have this issue because, like, most people would have thought the last contract that he just signed, that was it. Like, that was that was okay. All right, 2 more, Tom, then you're done. And Tom's, here we are, 43, and Tom's like, all right, let's go, another round. And I don't know, man. It's crazy. It gets crazier and crazier each day. And I don't know how valid any of these reports are, but I definitely think there's something.
So like, in closing, today's episode, basically, guys, we're like the driving fact that we wanted to kind of just, really kind of hammer home is that one, there are, there is actual there's actual chances. First of all, hey, Dragons Butterfly, how are you? What is going on? Excellent supporter of the channel there. What's up, Dragon?
Yeah.
And then Bosco, that's a fact. That's a fact. Bill would stand a chance of losing the locker room. That's a definite, especially with veterans retiring. Yeah. Yep. He would stand a chance. That's a fact. But like I think the driving message for this episode, JD, was one, there is like these reports, they might not be 100% true, but there's some truth in them.
Each report has a little bit of truth.
Yeah. And on top of that, you add in like you add in that, like, there's the more time that goes on, the more nervous, if you're a Pats fan, you should be, because it's leaving the door open for other teams to come in and say, here, Tom, you're a free agent now, and you don't have to listen to Bill. What do you want? And that's a dangerous question for somebody like Tom Brady and teams with open wallets. That's a dangerous game to play.
I have a quick, before we close up, I do have a quick question for you. Last one that just popped in my head really fast is that, as a Pats fan, only you and everybody else in a Pats fan who can answer this in the chat. Actually, anyone can answer. But as a Pats fan, if they don't sign Brady, if they're not able to get it done, they're just not able to do it, he signs with somebody else. Who's your starter next year? Who are you signing? Who's your number one option that you could sign?
Like, that's a and like, to be honest, JD, I don't think they have a backup plan. I really don't. You know what they would do? They would plug and play with Stidham and roll with that. Either that, or they would either roll with Stidham, try and integrate Stidham and just go with it, or they would bring in a guy like Andy Dalton maybe and just see how they could do with, so insert some veteran quarterback that they would, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then if Brady signed somewhere else, then this year would be sculpting Jared Stidham or sculpting the next replacement, you know?
Yes, yes. I think that Stidham would be. Brandon Rogers says, thanks everybody, by the way. I appreciate you. Shout out Enzo, shout out Brayton, shout out Dragons, shout out OG Bosco.
Hey, Brendan
Everybody,
Rodgers, what's up, man?
Brandon Rogers. Brandon Rogers says only logical destination for that's what we were saying earlier, the very beginning of the show. That is exactly
Brandon,
what
we definitely agree.
yeah. Nashville is probably to win a title. Yes. But yes, it's fascinating every day, man.
People don't realize how close the Titans were to winning. They were 30 minutes away, 2 quarters. They fell apart in the second half. They couldn't hang.
Everybody got Mahomes this year.
Yeah, they fell apart and they couldn't hang. You put Brady on that team, and Brady would make sure that team did not fall on their face like they did in the second half of that game. Brady would make sure of that. He's that, you know what I mean? He's a glue guy. He would make sure that those veterans on that team and him were on the same page. That the Titans falling on their face in the second half of that AFC Championship game would not happen.
Absolutely. And also just to have him in the room, Brady in the building. You had Peyton Manning had a long relationship with the Broncos, even though him and Elway would get into it. My point is like your second act, man. Your late second act. I don't know. It's interesting. It gets more interesting every day, man.
Dragons Butterfly. I hope so. I hope he wouldn't play for another team. But you know what? If somebody dangles $100 million and 65 of it guaranteed in front of your face, it might make you think twice because that's a lot of zeros.
I like what Leedy said. He said, I decided to include the Raiders in the Brady saga. That's like kind of what we said earlier, because I almost forgot how psychotically stupid their GM is. Well, it's Mike Mapp's the GM, but their owner
because Mark Davis runs around with a bowl haircut.
Yeah. He hires TV personalities to run his show. Oh, man. You guys are hilarious.
So Bosco says the Niners is closer to L. So she's going with the Niners. I think Bosco is leaning more towards the Niners, which
your theory is not that crazy, honestly. The more you say it, the more it sounds smart.
It is a blockbuster move, but with the parties involved and what needs to happen, it would. Belichick would look like an evil freaking genius if it happened that way.
Belichick would look good in this situation.
He would look phenomenal if that happened. And just and talk about Brady giving Brady giving Belichick the finger. Imagine Belichick signs Tom and then just says, "Screw you, Tom. See you later. Have fun in LA," and sends him on a plane to San Francisco. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, wait, you think you do it without his consent?
I'm telling you, and we'll kind of wind down on these final notes.
Oh yeah, sure.
I have said from the beginning, probably 2 years ago, when people started talking, oh, we only have a few more years of good solid play from Brady. When those talks started happening. This breakup between you mark my words, Pats Nation. I'm telling you, all the Patriot fans out there, mark my words. This ending with, if it does end and Brady goes somewhere else, it's going to be ugly. There's going to be Tom's going to be giving Bill the middle finger as the plane takes off as he leaves. Like it's going to be ugly. It's not going to be a pretty end. It's not going to be a pretty ending.
And Pats Nation will be split, in my opinion.
Dude, it's going to be I'm telling you, they're going to pick sides. They're either going to be Team Bill or Team Brady, and it's going to be you're going to see a big like. But this is why we were talking earlier about the Belichick camp and the Brady camp releasing certain information because they're both trying to force their narratives on the general public.
Brady wants to be loved forever as a legend, which he will regardless. Even if Tom forced his way out of New England, which he would never do, but even if he did, people would still love him as a legend. So that's just he shouldn't even worry about that, honestly, as a player. But yeah,
Bosco, they will, Boz. I'm telling you, Bosco, Patriots Nation is going to be. You're going to see a huge divide if it happens. You're going to see a huge divide.
Yes, I'm a Bears fan, by the way, guys. I'm not a Patriots fan. So when you thought I was, nope.
Leedy, I'm sure the entire rest of the league is watching this too, because if the Pats lose Brady, like, bro, there's no backup plan right now.
None. They're just hitting the eject button. They're saying as long as we can get away from this old guy. And how's that going to work out?
But we're gonna, so on the next episode, guys, like I said, we'll pick this right back up, and we're gonna we'll pick it right back up, and we'll, the rumors that we've talked about today, I'm definitely gonna follow the San Fran one more. I'm gonna see if I can do some more digging and come up with some more information on that, and then I'm telling you, we should keep a close eye on the Titans as well, because they're. The connections those are the two, JD. Those are the two that could that could come in there and pull him away from New England. Those are the two
more enticing to the Patriots, yeah.
But like I said, guys, we will definitely keep monitoring the situation as Brady Watch 2020 continues, and I think we are about a week away from. Oh yeah, get the binoculars. Yeah. And don't forget your tinfoil hats next time. I'm gonna make a tinfoil hat. I'm gonna have a tinfoil next Brady Watch. I'm gonna have a tinfoil hat. Mark my words. I will have a tinfoil hat for next episode.
Hell yeah.
But so we're gonna keep, like I said, we're gonna keep monitoring the situation, and we'll, if any of these rumors gain more momentum, like the San Fran one and the Titans, we will definitely keep y'all updated. But JD, any final thoughts before we get up out of here?
No, I appreciate thank you guys for watching, and you guys have been awesome in the chat. Like everyone who stuck with us, watched even just a little bit of it. I appreciate y'all a lot. It was very fun.
Yeah, man. I tell you one thing, the fans that we got on this channel, they know their stuff. There's a lot of football smart, not only football smart, but just the sports community in on my channel is they know their stuff, man.
Oh, Dono hype from Dragon's Butterfly. Shout out to Dragon's Butterfly.
Oh, where'd it go? I didn't get to see it. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Hey, Dragon.
So loyal and awesome on Twitter. I always tag
Dono hype. Thanks a lot, Dragon.
Shout out.
Yeah, Dragons is an OG. She's got OG status.
Hey, good night, Enzo. I appreciate y'all. Good night, everybody. You guys are the best. You guys are awesome. Great community.
Leedy says I have my sniper position ready when action is taken on the Brady thing.
Yeah, you got to keep those notifications ready.
Yeah, Noti gang. Once again, though, guys, thanks a lot for Dragons. You've been a like I said, everybody in this chat. There's some people in the chat that have pretty much been with me since day one, and they're the continued support of the channel, man. And also, my man's link is going to be in the description box below, guys. So go and hit up JD's link, and make sure you all drop a subscription on him as well. We are going to scratch and claw him all the way to 1,000, and get that.
I get my live stream back soon. That'll help.
Get that bank coming in for my man.
Heck yeah, I got to get there. But I appreciate you guys. I cut up this stuff and put it on my channel, so yeah, check it out. Shout out to you, Bobby.
So if you want to listen to a specific clip, guys, if you want to listen to a specific clip, JD, it'll be the whole stream will be chopped up into specific sections on his stream. So just go and hit up his channel if you want to rewatch a specific section of it.
Sir.
But once again, guys, Bosgel, Enzo, JD, my man, thank you a lot, brother. Ryan, thanks for tuning in. Leedy, thanks a lot, brother. You are awesome. The whole chat, man. You guys have been great. But we are out of here, guys. Once again, Butchers, Block, and Patriots Talk and JD Rants, and we are
Prayers.
gone. Peace.
Prayers to OG Boswell. Peace.